Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more FM22 here with the Bohemians in the Czech Best League. Oh yes. So it's the end of the preseason, but it's still not entirely done when it comes to the transfers. That's still gonna be ongoing for at least one more, maybe even two more episodes. The transfer window is quite long, and the preseason is very short. So that's very interesting, isn't it? So we're gonna start in here on this screen where we are seeing some released players, and oh my, there is a lot of them. There is actually, I just highlighted them. 41 people have been released. Some of them more interesting than others. You can see Joseph Jin, he was that 41-year-old player that we never really used. Puskas have been released. Vala Dostal. Is there anyone here where we are thinking, wow, that's a big name? Probably Puskas the biggest. Yeah, most of these are youngsters from the under-18 squad, and also a couple from the B squad. That was simply not, if you just take a random one here, simply not good enough, right? Not even as a 17-year-old, already here can tell he's not gonna be good enough. Didn't want to give him a new contract. Get rid of him. Get rid of the wages as well, which leaves us open to have a little bit more better players in there. So right now we are not really using the under 19th, or I think it's an under 18th squad. Let's actually check it out. Yeah, it's an under 19th squad. We don't have anyone down here, basically. We have a couple, but that's about it from the intake. And the rest is, of course, our first team 11. So, yeah, there is that. Now, let's get into the schedule. We have played 3 friendlies. That's it. I think we played one before it went into the new season. Oh, actually 2. We played against Slavia Prague, which we actually did win, and also someone called Hamburg, who they are. Did also win that one. I don't think I have changed too much in the tactic, to be honest, but we'll get into that later. But it's been a fairly okay season in terms of preseason, that is. So, yeah, I haven't really changed a lot in the tactic. If we can actually, you know what, let's actually take a look at the players first. Why wouldn't I? Let's get into the squad depth, because I like to go in here and do things, do my bits in here. There is a lot of players to look at, because most of these are new, to be honest. Most of them are new. We have some older guys still with us. Valles is still here, but he is not gonna be playing for a while, because he has an injury. During the preseason, he had a pretty bad injury. I don't remember if it was a leg injury or whatever it was, but he's still out for 3 to 7 weeks. Yeah, that's not great. So he's out, and we do have a new one that we signed, Mikolek. So he's gonna be probably first goalkeeper, at least for the first part of the season here. Well, hopefully he will do good. He's of course kind of still a youngster, 23, but could still improve quite a bit. Well, it's gonna be big games for him all the way through, of course. I'm a little bit concerned about that one, that we don't have our normal first keeper in there. But what can you do? We also have Bakalski, because that was actually a 3-year loan deal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I forgot about that one. Actually, to 2024, yeah. So that was a really long loan deal, man. Didn't really need him for that long, but I mean, he's cheap because he doesn't cost anything, so can't really complain too much about that. We also got another dude who's coming back from loan, actually. We had him out on loan last season, and it's Kuba. So we have 4 decent goalkeepers, I would say, for this season. This guy's probably mostly playing in the B squad, but he will probably not be seen too much in the main squad. So that's the goalkeeper area. Hulk, oh yeah, my central defenders. We're struggling. I have already now lost a battle to other teams in the Czech divisions 4 times for 4 different central defenders. 2 of them went to Japanek, the same team. We're really losing the battles for the good players. I just can't do anything about it now. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So here on the right hand side we got Hulker and Badurka. Mostly probably Hulker. He's definitely the first choice over there. Yeah, we know him. He's good. Same with Bederka. We know him. He's good. Bederka could also play on the left-hand side, of course, but yeah, that's the two guys on the right-hand side. We also got Kirsch, but he is likely gonna go. I am selling him at the moment, leaving us with even less central defender, so that's brilliant. So Bederka on the left-hand side, like the Holker and Bederka are like the two best options. But we do have a new guy coming in from one of the youngsters we signed for 50k or thereabout. I don't know how much it actually was. 45, there we go. And I think he's likely gonna rotate with Bederka. Most definitely, actually. I don't think we have enough central defenders to just let him go up here and play a halfback, because he could do that. But I think he needs to go down, because he's also left-footed, to play that central defender role. And so far he's been okay in the non-competitives. He also plays in the European Under-21 for the Czech Republic, which is nice to have someone who is actually an international guy in our team. So I think actually we have a couple now. But yeah, it's as a 20-year-old, he's fairly good. He's fairly good. So that's good. But definitely an area I'm trying to strengthen. Still, we haven't signed anyone except from him. Like I said, I've tried 4 different guys to get in. All of them went somewhere else. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Same could be said about the wingback area over here. We did sign one new guy, which is this guy, Vaclav Dudl. Brilliant name. 22 years old. Not exactly the best in the world. I am trying to get another one in that is better than him. That could be the second option. I hope I will see this guy as the third option down the road. But he's not bad at all, and he's only 22, so he will likely improve a little bit. But he's not... Yeah, he's... You know, one thing I don't really like about him is his jumping reach and his... well, his heading is actually okay, but he's not very tall. And I kind of like my wingbacks to be a little bit more physical and demanding in the air, because they will have to do some defending. And you know you're gonna concede when you have a guy like this. There will be goals against us just because we will play with him from time to time. Is it a good signing? Financially speaking, I think it will be. But in terms of gameplay, that's to be seen. That's to be seen. That is to be seen. On the other side, we got Dara. We signed him. Completed this, and it is probably a big, too big of a sign. It's too much. We paid too much for him, right? 240k. It's too much. He could still become one of the best players in the league. Likely, if he improves his crossing and improves on his overall physicals a little bit, just a little bit on the balance, a little bit on the natural fitness, a little bit on the strength, and just a little bit here and there, he could still become a really, really good player. He is 24 now, so yeah, it's not... but he did really well in the non-competitives, but when again, it's a guy that I'm concerned about because he's not very tall and not really good in the air. Same could be said about Novi here. He's a little bit better in the air, actually. He's a little bit taller, but still, thankfully, he could also play on the left, so that is giving us a little bit cover on the left-hand side, but... Again, they are not the best players in the world, but I think they're gonna be fine. And then we have a new guy, Vilekovic, I think it is. We're gonna rename him. I don't know to what. Stefan Veli. Or Vilek. There we go. Stefan Vilek. Because I can't say that name. Or I'm gonna butcher it so many times that it's not even funny. I think this guy might be better, actually, than the other two, but so far, my assistant don't really think he is that good. I think he's fairly good. Oh, he's not Czechish, he's actually, is that Serbian? Yeah, Serbia. Okay, yeah, and I think this guy could be a little bit better than the other two. So I think we are okay on the right-hand side. The left-hand side needs at least one more guy in there, because we know we're gonna struggle with the condition on the wing-backs. We could even have one more over here, to be honest, but I think I'm pretty good with these 3 over there. But again, I'm a little bit worried about, defensively speaking, when these guys need to defend inside the box area. That is where we are gonna have goals against us. In the defensive midfield, we still have... I'm actually moving Best down to a defensive midfielder, kind of. It's still going to be a halfback in there. It's still going to be a halfback, but because of all the central midfielders coming into our team, I think Bez could move down here and do a really good job on this halfback. He's well suited for it. I think he's perfect for that role, actually. Well-rounded, really good ball carrier. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do this. He even got some of the... I mean, he's not very big or anything, but he got the jumping reads. He got the heading of 11. He can easily be good enough to this halfback area, and he will likely be the first choice as well, with probably rotating with Ikiti here and also Kvet. So that's the defensive midfield, and we know Ikiti already, and we know Kvet, so we don't need to take a look at those guys. Fairly okay with that as well. Good enough for me on the halfback area. I am happy about that. Now, on the right-hand side of the central midfield, we do have a new role here, because I am gonna go with a roaming playmaker on this one. Now, I do have bets up here as well, because he could do that for us. I just don't see him going up there as often. I'll rather use him down here and for the next season. So Solil is that youngster coming in. 22 he is now, but 21 last year. And the year before that, he actually won. No, he came in second as the second best youngster in the Czech Republic. And we got him for 40k, right? Or 45k or whatever it was. And he is going to play a roaming playmaker role. Probably first choice, but I think there's going to be a lot of rotation on this spot as well. But as you can see, he's fairly good. He is fairly good. I am gonna like this guy, I think. He's already been quite good in the non-competitive. And his opponent, well, not really opponent, but his help is gonna be Janosek, who is also very, very good. These guys should be good to have as roaming playmakers. Both of them can clearly do it, and I mean, I don't see it's probably one of our strongest areas in the team now, this roaming playmaker role. I think it's probably our strongest area. We got two really strong, solid players in those roles. This guy's a little bit older, but I mean, for 45k, right? He's easily gonna be worth 300 after this season. So I'm very happy about that. And we do have a couple of other people who can play here, but those are the two main guys in here. Best could go up here, Quet could go up here, Kunat could go over here, Serv could go over here. I don't think how Rastak is gonna go up there. That's also a name that I'm gonna butcher a lot. Haurostak, yeah, Haurostak, that's it. So on the other side, well, we do have Solil, we do have Janosek over here as well, but they're not gonna play over here. Who is gonna play over here? I think Kvet, Kunat, and Sari. Oh no, Serv, Kunat, and Kvet. We know Kvet, he's fairly okay. He's definitely not the best central midfielder in the world, but I think he can do a job for us. I think I actually changed the central midfielder to automatic instead of support, because I want them to go a little bit further from time to time, now when we also have a rolling playmaker in there. I mean, his letdown is of course his composure and concentration and first touch. Clearly, that is going to let us down from time to time, but when we are really in control, this guy got a lot of fairly good numbers all over the place. His long shots is 15, yeah, 11 finishing, so he can also go up there and finish from time to time. I do believe actually he did get a goal last season. No, 2 assists. Well, whatever. But yeah, he can be able to play that role if we need to. But I think the two main guys in there is, well, I don't know about Kvet. I think he's one of those guys that is gonna fill out a spot wherever we need it, right? But Kunat is probably not as good as the other guy. But again, he will get his playtime. He will get his playtime easily. He's 22, fairly decent, well-rounded player. But you might look at him and say, oh, he doesn't have the highest amount of abilities here. No, but he doesn't have any flaws either. He's not gonna do anything where you're not. He's not gonna do anything where you're really annoyed about him, because he's fairly decent, well-rounded. He's just a good little player to have. Is he gonna play the most games? I don't think so. I think maybe Kvet is gonna go up there and play a little bit more. And then we got the third option, Serv, who is also a fairly good player. A little bit more defensive-minded, if you ask me, but still a fairly good player. And again, I don't think he's gonna play as a ball-winning midfielder. I think, again, central midfielder on automatic. Pretty good physicals overall, and just about what you need in terms of marking, tackling, passing, concentration, first touch, all that. But still, lots of room for improvement, being only 21, right? So, but he's probably the weakest of the lot in the midfield, but still fairly good, fairly good. Our midfield is solid, I would say. Pretty damn solid. So that's the midfield. And then we also got the AMC, which I was a little bit worried about, but yeah, I don't know. Actually, see, Biran, he was also one of those guys that actually, I forgot about it again. His loan deal is also for another season, so we do have him again. And you know what? He doesn't look that bad. He actually did fine in most of the games he played. But one of the new guys, Luka, who I have already renamed him. I don't remember what he was called. He's from Georgia. Not the one in America, but the one in almost in the mid. Is it in the Middle East or is it not in the Middle East? I don't know. It's definitely. I wouldn't even say it's probably not in Europe, is it? Or is it? I don't know. Georgia, is that in Europe or Asia? I don't even know. Or Middle East? I don't know. It's on that. It's yeah. But he's probably the first choice in there on the attacking midfield. Yeah, fairly good player. He do have his weaknesses, which is the marking and the tackling, clearly. So he's a bit of a luxury player, kind of. But I think he will do a lot of pressing for us. He's fairly okay physically. He got some decent mentals. He got some decent technicals. You know, I hope he will do fine. And again, what did I get him for? 52k, right? I think there is a profit to be made here. Even if he doesn't do well, I still think we can get 100k for him easily. So yeah, that's Luka. Then we got Biran. We already know about him. Then we got another youngster coming in. He's 19, so he's pretty young. But I think he will get some play time. Again, fairly well-rounded. Nothing really out of the, again, marking and tackling, not the best. But what could you expect on an attacking midfielder, right? But I think if there is something to be said about him, it's probably his physicals needs to go up a bit. And just the overall attributes just need to go up. But again, I like these well-rounded players that can do a little bit of everything. And that is what I went for. He is very good off the ball and also very good. As he's 13 on off the ball, so that's his best attribute. Which is fairly important for this role, actually, because he's going to come deep very often. He's going to move around quite a lot, move into channels and stuff like that. So it's important that he has off the ball really high up. So I could see him do fairly well for us. And again, he's playing in the European under 19th. Oh, he's Slovenian. What? Yeah, Slovenian. Oh yeah, nice. I didn't even notice. There we go. So that's the AMC. A little bit weak, a little bit thin, but I mean, if they keep fit, they will get plenty of playtime, all of them. But hopefully no one is going to break too hard. Talking about breaking. Oh god, this is... I mean, it's typical. It's so typical. We are... now we are at the day of our first game, but it's actually not in the league. It's in the European Cup. We'll get back to that. But here's the thing. We have signed 2 new strikers. Well, we actually signed a couple of new strikers, but let's take a look at the 2 best strikers likely for the season. Also, I thought... Sutil, right? Pretty decent. Youngster, 23. One of the guys we signed for 45 or something like that. 51k. Easy profit, right? Easy profit. The day before this day, the 20th of July... Yeah, 20th of July, the day before we are supposed to play in the European Cup. He's breaking. Dang it. And it's a long injury. It's not saying it here. Why can we see it? 3 to 5 weeks, right? It's at least a month. So he's gonna miss out on the entire first half of the season. The first month, right? The first 4 or 5 games or something like that. Goner. Right? But he's a good player. Alright, then we go back here. And we take a look at Kubala, the other choice that would likely be a starter. Those 2 would likely be a starter. And would you have it, the 20th of July, he's gonna get an injury for 4 to 7 weeks. What? Are you absolutely shitting me, game? I mean, what is the odds of that? What are the odds of that? I mean, holy shit. 22 years old, again, very, very good, but he's out. He's out for 4 to 7 weeks. Dang it. 2 best strikers. They are just out. Yeah, so, but at least we got them. We also do have Ukwu, who is likely gonna play the first game, of course, although the very a good amount of the first games. We also got Quebec, which we also had him last season, but he's more a poacher type. He's not a pressing forward. He might need to play. I didn't expect that to happen. And then we have Chijani, who is another option that we got in. He's more a target forward. He might also need to play now in a lot of games. But I mean, at least we got some decent, third or fourth options here because, but they're definitely not the same quality as the other guys. I wouldn't say that, but they are there. We do also have a couple other options. We got actually Sika here is they have no faces because I haven't been out of the game yet, or I think I have been out of the game, or maybe I don't know. Did I do another? Yeah, I've done the entire transfer today. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, no lifing it. Anyway, he's developing quite nicely, but I do have him on my loan list, so he could go out on loan, because I don't think he's gonna get into the team over all the other guys if they are fit, right? I don't think so. But we do have him down here. We also got another guy called Usman Sik, who was out on loan last season. He's probably also a little bit better than, what was his name? Siska. So Usman Sik, we might need him in the first team squad. But here's the thing. He's not registered for this Euro Cup. He's not registered for the Euro Cup. So it's probably going to be Chichiani, Quebec, or Ukwu for the Euro Cup instead of our, I would say, two best options, which is Kubaler and Sutil. So that's basically the entire team here. That is basically our new team for the season. I do still hope we get a new wingback and also at least one more central defender. Actually two. I would like to get two more in. Just to have a bit more squad depth. But it's very hard to get anything decent in terms of central defenders. All of them are getting snapped up. So in terms of who we are, what is he called? Kresh is getting out. I'm making kind of a bid war here. Right now it's 45k, which is fairly okay for this guy. I would never play him anyway. I would never play him just because of this acceleration and our tactic. I would never play someone with 6 acceleration in there. It's not gonna work for me. If we played another tactic with lower lines of engagement and stuff, then 6 acceleration wouldn't be a problem. But we're playing higher lines, 6 acceleration. You just know this guy's gonna fuck up in his positioning. And then he's gone. He cannot keep up with them. He will not force them on the outside. They are in. So I will never play a guy like that in a tactic that we are playing with. Okay, so not a whole lot on the in here, I don't think. We do have possibly this guy coming in, Shishak. That's the, this guy he's definitely 4th choice central defender if he gets in. Absolutely, but that's the best guy I can get right now. And he's costing me money. Like, he's costing me a lot of money, I believe. What is it? 28k plus 71k in total. That's how far I'm, down the list of, And I hope I get this guy in. This guy could be very, very good to get in. This guy could be a key signing, right? He is 29, yeah, so it's not a, a youngster signing. But, getting the option here to get someone like this in to rotate with, what is called, Krusek? Is that what his name is? Or other wingback? Kovarik, that's Kovarik. I still don't. It's very hard for me to remember the names here because they got so many crazy names. But yeah, it's that would be a very good signing. We also got another one, a striker. Yeah, but this could actually be a really good signing. He is costing a lot of money. Only 50k this right now, but 150k in total. But take a look at this guy, Lionel Wamba. He's good. He's very, very good, and he's only 19. Where is he from? Cameroon. Yeah, I think this guy could be it. He could be a really big signing. Do we need him? Not really, but I will take him if Sparta Prague is gonna let him go and he wants to come. Also because I do need someone really big right now when the other two guys are out for a month, both of them. So we do need a good signing here. But I do have an overflow of strikers overall, of course. But I'll take him. I'll definitely take him. So that's what we're up to right now. Okay. Oh man, that was a lot. So a couple of other things I want to talk about is the tactic, of course, right? It is the same as last season. It's basically the same. Have I done anything else? No, I don't think so. At least not in the overall tactic. I don't think there is anything different in here. Nope, still low crosses, pass it to space, focus down the mid, all of that. It's still the same. Dribble there, speed more expressive. I'm not working the ball into the box, but we kind of took that out doing this last season, so it's not really a new thing. Same in transition here. Out of possession, same stuff. And I believe a couple of the roles might have changed a little bit, but I don't remember exactly what I changed. Pass it shorter, I believe I put that in on the complete wingbacks, and I think I will play Dera this time around as a complete wingback. But yeah, it's and of course the roaming playmaker, so he got shoot less often and mark tighter on. Subject to change, right? But so far it's been a really good role, so I'm not going to change that. Halfback, I don't think there is any changes here. Central midfielder on automatic, that's the only change there. Attacking midfielder, don't think there is any changes. Pressing forwards on attack. Stay wider, roam from position. I don't think that's anything new. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I wondered if I should take roam from position out, but I don't know. They seem to be working with roaming from position, and as long as they do have a off the ball is only. Yeah, Ugu is not really good at roaming, is he? Maybe we want to be him. Maybe we want to personalize him and say you shouldn't roam. I might actually do that. What about the other guy? Too big over here. Off the ball 14. No worries. No worries on that. Yeah, work rate 17, work 6. He's not that great at roaming, but he's definitely better than some of the other guys. Let's take a look at Sitchell when he's gonna come back. 15. Well, one of the reasons why he's so good. Kubala. And what? Oh, he only got 10. Wow, okay. That's interesting. He's more a poacher, isn't he? Yeah, kind of. He doesn't have the acceleration, but he still has a very good pace. And he's actually quite good at the passing and technique as well. Flair is 15, so he could do the unexpected. Maybe we don't want him to have roam from possession either. Just stay wider. I mean, I'm not sure which side they're actually going to play on, so... you know... I should probably do this, and even if he plays over there, it should also be personalized roam from position. And then bring in Upu on that spot as well, and do the same. So a small change already. There we go. Is it gonna work? Maybe. Maybe it would be better to only have one guy with roaming on as a pressing forward. Could be a thing. Let's actually save that. What date is it? It's the 21st of July. Right. 21st. Yeah. Call it 1.6. Save that. All right. So that's the tactic. Basically the same, right? Pretty much. So in terms of the league, right? In terms of the league, if we take a look at that first, before we get into the other things, we are still predicted, I believe we're still predicted 9. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to click. Preview. Yeah, we still predicted 9, 51. I think it's the exact same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember. But I think we were 9 and probably also 51 in odds last season. So I think going into this season so far, with the players we have right now and the setup and all that, I'm thinking if we can get into a top 5 again and get into the Euro Cups, I would be perfectly happy with that. Just developing our team, maybe selling some of the youngsters next season to get a good profit and do the whole thing over again. Get new youngsters in, develop them, and then again sell, buy, and just make profit. And eventually we will get better, right? Eventually we will get better. But yeah, I think that's okay. I think we haven't really strengthened ourselves, but we haven't weakened ourselves either. I think we're about the same level as last season overall. So let's go back to what next episode is going to be about, because that is going to be about the Euro Cup. At least it's going to be probably 1 Euro. Nah, I don't know. I think we're going to play 3 games next episode. Let's take a look at the schedule. Yeah. Oh boy. So we got a game against Mora in the Euro Cup, second qualifying round, second Let's go in here and check it out actually in the rules. As you can see, it's right here. That is the second qualifying round. So we are dropping over this one. And it is a good amount of money just to appear in here. We could get even more if we could get into the group stages. Boom, it's gonna explode. We're gonna get millions, right? We're gonna get millions. But still, it's still a good amount of money. But here's the problem: we were not lucky. We pulled absolutely the worst team I would ever like to see in a qualifier in any Euro Cup. Because I'm a Tottenham fan. Yeah, I would never like to see this name ever again, and I got them. Mura. God dang it. 7.5 million estimated value. They are not a whole lot better than us, to be honest. But they are a little bit better. It is a little bit better of a team. If we need to win this, we need to do it at home. We need to win this at home like 2 or 3-0. To have any chance when we go to Slovenia, because when we come down there, we're gonna get beaten. They got a pretty decent team, so that is the Euro Cup, and I'm expecting to lose that one, to be honest. Overall, over the 2 legs, I'm expecting not to go any further, just because we pulled Mora. I'm worried about that. We could have gotten a lot of better teams than them. Also, some worse. I mean, there are a couple of teams in here that I would not like to see. Something like Utrecht, that would be a bad one to get. Brøndby, I don't know how good they are actually, but nah, probably not. They're probably same level as Mura, I don't know thereabout. Rosenborg, I don't know, could have been a bad one. Victoria Pilsen, no thank you. But yeah, definitely there are some worse. Grasshoppers might be a bad one to get. I'm actually not sure how good they are anymore, but Malmö, that would have been a bad one. That would have been a really bad one, Malmö. Yeah, but Lillestrøm also probably a bad one. Tel Aviv probably also. But I think Mura is up there as one of the worst we could have gotten. Well, it is what it is, right? It's either we go out or we get in. So yeah, a couple of other things. The board have actually, I don't know if it's gone through yet. We can actually go into the board, into the facilities. And can we like see general? No, it is inside here. So they are actually increasing the stadium. I don't know if we can see it in here or what not. Maybe I can find it in the, if we just say stadium here. Ah, yeah, it is already done. So they have increased the size of the stadium with 970 seats, but the old standing areas. So the overall accommodation is now 5,320 spectators, which is below what we had before, but we do have more seats. I'm not entirely sure what that means, and it cost 60,000, but and we did have sellouts. So I don't know. Maybe the price tickets is gonna go up because of the seats. I'm not too sure about it, but that's one thing that did happen in between the episodes here. Another big thing that happened is the backroom staff. Completely overhauled it, basically. We had, I wouldn't say all of them, but a very big portion of our backroom had their contract running out this season, or this summer. So I, of course, went out and got rid of all of those that wasn't really worth anything and got some new ones in. We also got some new scouts. I actually haven't... Oh yeah, I forgot about the scouts. I need to go into the scouts and actually set up all the scouting in some other leagues, because we don't really find anything out of the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So we need to go out there to probably Croatia and maybe, I don't know, Slovenia, some of the other places, right? But anyway, completely changed, and we got one of the best setups now. Yeah, highest average is right here. So some of our areas are the best, and other areas we are definitely up there now. We are in the top 5 of the best staffs, I would say. So that's pretty good. We do not have a big B staff or under 19 staff, because we don't really have a lot of players down there anyway, like right now. So I don't really need staff in those areas. I need them here in my first team. So there they are. And we even got some Jamaicans in there, and a German. Who's that? Oh, that's Sami Khedira. Yeah, I forgot about that. We got Sami Khedira. He's not very good, but you know what? He's decent. Not a bad little coach. He do some tiki-taka, and passing style is passing, so that's good. Pressing style is more often, so he kind of fits the bill, right? But yes, that's our new as our new staff. So there we go. Oh, I almost forgot. I only showed you the release players. I didn't show you who we actually also got rid of in terms of real transfers, right? So there is a couple of these that are just, you know, youngsters that are just going for free. And then we got someone like Maris. Nah, that's actually last season. But I think he is getting sold maybe this season as well. Or maybe he is down here somewhere. Nah. But we do have a couple of interesting ones. Like Dostal, he's gone for 64k total. And we got Vanisek for 275k, which I'm actually quite happy about, to be honest. So he's gone. And we didn't really use him that much last season. He was okay, I mean, but he didn't really fit our playstyle. And you know what? Getting almost 300k for him. Well, as you can see here, the transfer value didn't go up, so I'm pretty happy with 275k. Nazarov for 15.5, I didn't really need him anymore, and yeah, I think the value is about that, so it's okay. So we did have a couple of outs here. Did we actually have anything going out as... Oh, yeah, we have more. Oh, yes, we have more. That was just before, I think it's, what is it? The 1st of July, probably, when it's going over to a new season, probably. So we also got Thomas Nesit, of course, 55k, we knew about that one. We got Petrak, 52k, he's also going out. Again, we had a lot of new ones coming in, and I didn't really... I mean, he's 30 years old, and he did okay last season, but... Nah, we had new talent coming in. Kirstel would have liked to... I tried really hard to give him a new contract, because he was only 23. Well, he's 24 now. And he was fairly okay, and he could also go up and play the halfback and all that, right? But he just didn't want anything below 2,000. And then he goes ahead and gets 675 wages with Hatrek Kralov. He wanted more than 2,000 wages with us, and then he went ahead. I mean, that's so unrealistic, right? It's just, why? Why would you go to another team for 675 wages when I wanted to give you potentially 900? I mean, I would go to 900, even 1,000, right? But no, you wanted 2,000. You wanted 2,000, and it's just not worth that. It's not worth that. Idiotic. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Marisek. Actually, we did manage to get rid of him. That was actually important because he was on 1,000 wages. This guy was on 1,000 wages, just pissing away our wages. I mean, he's not bad, but again, he's nowhere near the level of the other central midfielder we brought in. So off he is. I didn't get a whole lot of money for him, but I'm happy just getting rid of him, to be honest. 57k. Good for me. Now this is another good one. 100k for Novak. Who is Novak? Yeah, he's just a youngster in my in the B squad. And we don't play with winger, so off he is. Goodbye. I mean, yeah, he's a pretty decent talent, but 100k straight up? Thank you. I'll take it. Move along. So I think the transfer window so far has been fairly good. And you can of course see what I've given for all the players we've got. Mostly 50k, right? I mean, I've spent pretty much all our entire transfer budget. But still, 300, 600. Let's take a look at the other one here. 1 million? Really? Yeah, there is a couple of big ones, isn't there? So overall, we're probably in plus. Yeah, we're probably in plus, which I hope to keep at. I want to find cheap options, which I can improve on and then sell on later on. So already now, I think we're looking quite good financially speaking, right? It's already looking quite good. Yeah, I think the transfers are good. Anyway, I think that's about it for this episode. It was just a preseason episode where we are looking at the, the players, some of the tactics, whatever happened in the preseason. Yeah, I think we are about ready to get into the new season. We still probably have a couple of transfers, like I said. Probably a couple of other things will happen, but we can take that when they come, doing the next couple of episodes. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you around next season. Well, not really. It's already next season, so next episode. Right. See you next episode.